September 1951. New York in the early 50s is the place to be. The Broadway theaters are thriving, and a new electronic marvel called television is offering opportunity to the legions of unknown actors, including James Dean.
Are you ready?
Jimmy's first job in television is on a show called Beat the Clock. The premise of this show is to perform bizarre and difficult stunts within a certain time frame in order to win prizes.
That's it. All right, stop the clock. Good enough. 30 seconds, go.
The rules of the show stipulate that all of the stunts, no matter how hard, must be physically possible. Backstage, testing these stunts to make sure they can be done is none other than James Dean. October 1952, Jimmy's luck changes. He lands his first leading role on Broadway in a play called See the Jaguar. He plays the part of a vulnerable teenage boy who has been locked up all his life by his demented mother. The critics single out Jimmy for giving an excellent performance, but find the play silly and contrived. It closes within a week. For the next year, Jimmy appears in more than a dozen TV dramas. Then, in 1954, his big break comes when he's cast in a play called The Immoralist with Louis Jourdan and Geraldine Page. Jimmy gets to play the part of a corrupt Arab houseboy. During rehearsals, Jimmy and the director do not get along. The director wants Jimmy to respect his authority. Instead, Jimmy experiments with his role, changing it each time with a new interpretation. After weeks of backstage battles, Jimmy has had enough. The Immoralist opens on Broadway to good reviews, and Jimmy gives his director 2 weeks' notice. As Jimmy begins to look for new work, director Elia Kazan has begun looking for a new actor. Kazan is about to cast the lead role of Cal Trask in his new motion picture, East of Eden, and considers Jimmy for the part. Before making his final decision, Kazan holds a screen test in New York for the 2 finalists, James Dean and another unknown, Paul Newman. The part of Cal Trask, the Choice Hollywood Role of the Year, goes to James Dean. Before leaving for California, Jimmy meets his co-star, Julie Harris.
I remember meeting him for this little screen test. It was just really to see us together, how we looked together. It was a sort of device to keep you off guard so that everything was alive. He just reminded me from the very beginning of Tom Sawyer.
On March 8, 1954, Jimmy leaves New York. With his worldly possessions packed in some paper bags, he boards a plane for California. This will be the beginning of the legend.